God, dude, I've been through a long day. Ding, ding, kill it.
Nothing worked for me until I found Euster and Radiant Tone.
What would you do if I told you these backrooms really exist and they're hidden inside a mall? Don't believe me? Well, I'll prove it to you by the end of this video because I actually went there and you'll never believe what happened. So let me explain. It all started as a dumb idea me and my friends had one day. You know how every town has that one urban legend? Like, I'm sure your hometown has one. A spooky house you're not supposed to go near. Or the creepy guy that everyone thinks made someone disappear. Well, my town's urban legend was our mall. And the myth about it was that the mall had secret tunnels hidden below it. An underground maze that some employees called the back rooms. And inside these tunnels were rooms with designs that made no sense. Like, there was one popular story about a room with rainbows and clouds painted on it like a daycare, another about one that looked like a barber shop. The first time I heard about this urban legend, I didn't believe it. I was like, yeah, sure, this mall can barely keep Wetzel's Pretzels in business, but I'm supposed to believe it has a secret underground bunker? Okay. But then I started noticing that every time you asked an employee about this, they would react in a pretty similar way. They'd either laugh awkwardly or just try to brush it off like you're crazy for even asking this question, and then go, no, the back rooms? What is that? What are you asking about? The back shot rooms? Never heard of them. And then they would change the subject. So I didn't know what they knew, but it was obvious they were hiding something. One time, I was waiting by the bathrooms at the mall, and a janitor was mopping. So I said to him, "Hey, is it true there's secret tunnels under this mall?" He just looks up, stares me in the eyes, dead seriously, and goes, "It's none of your business." So obviously, my friends and I were curious. Not because we actually believed these rooms were real, but more so, we were bored and we needed something to do on a Friday night. And that's how the dumbest plan ever was born. We decided we were gonna stay in the mall after it closed and look for these back rooms. We just wanted to explore the empty mall and see if there was some hidden entrance employees knew about. Did we actually expect to find anything? No. But this seemed fun, and my friends and I basically all just wanted to be Sam and Colby when we were growing up, so this sounded like a cool adventure. But we had no idea what we were in for that night. So we made a plan. Step 1, go into the mall. Step 2, about 10 minutes before closing time, go into the abandoned store that used to be Mrs. Fields Cookies. Man, I miss that so much. And then hide in the back of there until the mall closes and everyone leaves. Step 3, once those lights shut off, signaling that all the employees are gone, start looking for the back rooms. So let's fast forward to the night this all went down. We got there around 7:30 p.m. and the mall closing time was 9. We just started off by walking around into stores, trying not to look sketchy. Of course, I had to go get some cinnamon pretzel bites from Wetzel's Pretzels. We scoped out the abandoned store, making sure it would be a good hiding spot, and it looked like the perfect place. It was in a pretty vacant area of the mall where not many people walked by anyway, and if we hid in the back of it, the chances of security coming in before leaving seemed awfully low. All we had to do to make it past closing time was shut up and not say a word. And if you've seen my other videos, you know just how hard this is to do for my friend group. About an hour passed and we agreed it was time to get in position. So when no one was looking, we hopped over the counter, went into the back where the kitchen was, and hid behind some stovetops. And it still smelled like cookies in there. After sitting there together in silence for 30 minutes or so, we heard the metal gates roll down and the mall music be shut off. Every once in a while, we would hear footsteps from a security guard walk by and we'd clench our cheeks to be as quiet as possible. Finally, around 10 p.m., all the lights shut off. And now, the mall was completely dark. It was officially time, so we quietly hopped over the counter into the main area of the mall, made sure the coast was clear, and it became obvious. Now, we had the mall all to ourselves, or so we thought. At first, we just explored the empty mall part of it because it felt surreal. Every sound we made echoed throughout the whole place because we were the only ones there. And then, we started our mission. Find the door to the back rooms. So we're walking around, exploring every inch of this place like a health inspector, looking for any door that looks suspicious. Every time we'd see one that said something like employees only, we'd pull it open, only to find a supplies room or janitor's space. After about 20 minutes of looking, Marcus was convinced the rumor was fake and Chris was ready to quit. And I agreed. This is what happens when you have a friend group full of people with no attention span. We do all the work to hide inside a mall past closing time just to give up after 20 minutes of looking because we couldn't focus any longer. But right as we're thinking this place doesn't exist, and it's stupid that we even thought it did, we then reached the loading dock area of the mall. If you don't know what a loading dock area is, it's where all the trucks come to deliver the supplies to the mall stores. So people shopping at the mall never go in this area. We're walking around here, not thinking we'll find anything, just wanting to check it out because we weren't allowed to be here during normal hours. And that's where we saw it. A heavy, gray, industrial door with no label, just a bar. And the area surrounding the door was a lot colder than the rest of the buildings. If there's any chance these back rooms are real, it's gotta be behind this door. So we all pull on it together since it was super heavy, and to our surprise, it opened. A cold breeze hit us right away. But I know the question you're all wondering is, what did it look like inside? Well, to our shock, it looked just like the urban legend described. A massive tunnel that had a downward slope going underground with buzzing fluorescent lights that barely lit up the hallway. I was starting to think maybe these weren't the back rooms. Maybe it was the Diddy tunnels. All right, I know that joke sucked, my bad.
What if you can create your own website by saying, this is what I want? With Wix, you can. First up, let's talk about AI color themes. You can get any combos you want, bold and bright, minimalist and sleek, or something you didn't even think of. Just describe the vibe you want, or even use the colors of your logo, and let AI do its thing. Beautiful. Next,
Bad. So we were all thinking, if it's true that this place actually exists, then maybe the Rainbow Room and the Barbershop Room and all the other rooms that people mentioned really exist too. So we had to look for them. We took our first step in there, but the crazy was that the hallway stretched farther than any of our flashlights could reach. We couldn't even see close to the end of it, so we just started walking. seeing where it would take us. We walked for maybe 10 minutes in a completely straight line, just going at a slight downward slope. And it was in this moment where the tunnel split. There was 3 different ways to go. One path to the left, one path to the right, and one path straight ahead. This was an important part of the night because one thing we didn't think about when planning this night out was there was no map for this place. So if we took a couple turns in here and forgot the way we came from, we would have been lost with no way back. And also, there was no service on our phones down here. Yes, I know, terrifying. You couldn't doom scroll in the back rooms. So to make sure we didn't get lost, Marcus put a post-it note he had with him on the wall every time we took a turn. So when we tried leaving, we would know which way to go. We decided to turn right. Our plan was to just go right every time we had a choice so we wouldn't get confused. After walking down this path for 5 minutes, we saw our first door. Prior to discovering this, it had just been empty walls with no rooms. But now, we found our first one. It was made out of metal just like the entrance door, but not as big. So we pulled on it, not thinking this one would open at all. But it seemed like the doors down here wanted to be open because this one was unlocked too. And this next moment did not feel real. Like food, rides, flights, groceries in 10 seconds on your phone these days. Like you don't even have to leave your house to do anything anymore. But there's one thing that it still feels like you can't do just at the click of a button, and that is booking a doctor's appointment. They treat booking doctor's appointments like solving a math problem. But what if I told you there's a much easier way to book doctor's appointments now? And that is today's video sponsor, ZocDoc. ZocDoc is a free website where you can search and compare in-network doctors without having to call a single office. You just put in what you're looking for, insurance, location, appointment times, and everything's laid out clearly. You can see real appointment availability. You click a time, pick once, and you're booked. No human interaction required, which honestly might be the best feature. They also show verified patient reviews and detailed doctor profiles, so you're not just guessing. You can pick a doctor based on what matters to you, not because they were the only option. And it's not limited to one type of appointment either. ZocDoc has over 150,000 providers across almost every specialty. Dental, mental health, eye care, skin care, all in one place, and it's completely free. And when you found the doctor you need, you can see their actual appointment openings. Plus, ZocDoc helps you get appointments fast, typically within just 24 to 72 hours of booking. And you could even try same-day appointments. So if booking a doctor still feels harder than it should be, go to ZocDoc.com/Tyler Vitelli, linked in the description, and just book it the normal, modern way. Because inside this door was the Rainbow Room. Bright murals on the wall, blue sky, smiling sun, rainbows, flowers. It was beautiful, but also terrifying because it looked like it hadn't been used in decades. We didn't stay in there for long because it gave us the heebie-jeebies, so we decided to keep going, but we never should have. The thing we kept wondering is, why? What was the purpose of all this? That part, we couldn't figure out until a little bit later. So we kept exploring to see if we could get the answer to this question. We walked for probably another 15 minutes, took maybe 4 right turns at this point, so it was like a maze. And I should mention, during this time, there were multiple other doors we saw that we tried opening, but they were locked. That was until we got to the mannequin room. It was a room with literally nothing in it except a bunch of mannequins, all different sizes. And when you're in a room full of mannequins, your mind starts to play tricks on you. You're thinking they're watching you or they're moving, and you'll understand why I said that soon. Something about this room just felt off. So we decided that was enough exploring for the night. Let's go back to the entrance and get out of here. We now officially know this place is real. We got our closure. That's good enough for us. So we head back to the entrance, not running, but definitely at a fast pace. And we get back to the big gray door and try pushing it open. But we made a big mistake. A mistake we didn't plan for because the door was locked. It didn't move at all. We pushed, pulled, kicked, nothing. The handle didn't even rattle. It felt like the door had decided it was now a wall. So Tyler, are you saying what I think you're saying? Yes. We were trapped in an underground tunnel that has creepy rooms with no way out. And there was no phone service in here. So we couldn't even doom scroll while being stuck. Or call someone for help, I guess. That's important too. And we also had no idea how often people even came in here. So the possibilities for how long we could be stuck down here were endless. We're all freaking out. Okay, well, the mall opens at 10, so worst case scenario, we're stuck in here for another 11 hours? That's not the worst case scenario. The worst case is that no one comes in here for months and our bodies slowly start to decay away before cats eat us. Since we knew that no matter what, there probably wouldn't be anyone opening this door for at least another 8 hours, we decided it would be a good idea to go.
You, just you, building your app on base 44.
Go back deeper into these tunnels and see if there's another exit. This was the biggest mistake we made that night, because when I told you these tunnels go deep, we didn't realize at the time just how deep. And also, how terrifying the things that were hiding inside them were. So we started walking back, deeper into the tunnel. But this time, we took a left instead of a right. We knew there were no exits to the right because we already took that path. So after walking down this way for a couple minutes, we saw a door to another room. When we pulled on it, it was open. And all that was inside was a barber chair with a light bulb shining down right on it. Nothing else. But when we walked up to it, we noticed hair on the ground. Now, I don't know if hair decays or disintegrates over time, but the fact that there was still some right next to the chair made us stop and go, hold on. Does this mean someone's been here recently? Like, are they actually using this room to cut hair? We just had more and more questions with no answers coming up. But everything would make sense just a little bit later. We left the creepy barber room, kept walking, still searching for an alternative exit, but then, completely out of nowhere, we heard a loud clank deep down the hall, like someone slammed something into metal. Because the tunnels had so many different ways to go, we couldn't tell where it was coming from, but it echoed forever. This was the turning point. We were done messing around, because now we knew someone or something was down here, and we didn't want to stay to figure out what. But we made a huge mistake right here, because this noise rattled us so much that we just ran as fast as possible in the opposite direction without thinking about where we were going. We ran for maybe 30 seconds before Chris stopped and went, "Guys!" We both turned back, and then he goes, "Where are we going?" None of us knew. We looked left, we looked right, and we realized now it all looked the exact same. Now we had no idea where we were at or how to get back to the door we came in through. So we just sat there for a second. For the first time that night, we decided to take a break. Every time we moved, the situation just got worse. So we sat against the wall and regrouped. Okay, what should we do now? Die? Okay, that's a bit, we're not gonna do that. Let's just be smarter about this. From now on, we keep track of every turn we take. All of a sudden, we had a fresh set of motivation. We felt like if we used our brains for once, we could actually figure this place out. So we started walking again, going to every door, seeing which ones opened and closed, and eventually, we got back to the mannequin room. The moment we opened that door and saw the mannequins again, we were pumped. Okay, sweet, now we know where we are. But then we actually stepped into the mannequin room, and that fantasy died instantly. Because at first glance, it looked the exact same. Scattered mannequin limbs all over the floor. But the closer you looked, something was just off. Because I specifically remembered what one of the mannequins looked like since its eye was missing. And originally, it was angled away from the door. But this time, it was facing the door. I asked my friends if they noticed this too, but none of them had any idea what I was talking about. I was sure this mannequin moved. So if we all remembered it one way and it wasn't that way anymore, that means one of two things. Either someone else was down here with us and had been in this room after we left, or these mannequins are moving on their own.
Augment Code just outperformed 6 of the top AI code review tools on a public benchmark.
Mannequins can't move by themselves, right? Right? So I started scanning the room with my flashlight like I was conducting an investigation, seeing if I could find anything else that seemed different about this room, but I couldn't tell. The only thing I specifically remembered from coming in here the first time was the mannequin with an eye missing. We stepped back into the hallway, but we purposely left the mannequin room door open this time. We figured it would be best to leave it almost as a landmark to know where we were at. So we started walking, convinced that since we found the mannequin room again, we could navigate back to the rainbow room. Why did we want to go back to the rainbow room? Well, out of all the rooms we've been inside so far, that one felt the least creepy. So the new plan was stay there until the mall opens, then go back to that entrance door and hope someone unlocks it. We passed the barber chair room door, and I remember feeling this tiny spike of relief. Like, okay, yes, we do know where we're going. But as we were walking toward the rainbow room, something felt different. Like the distance between the doors felt a little bit longer. Just tiny things that made us think, is our mind playing tricks on us right now? Because these hallways just didn't feel familiar, even though we already walked in this area, or so I thought. As we were heading back toward the spot where the rainbow room should have been, something caught my eye that made me stop. Up ahead, on the right side of the hallway, there was an open door. And not just cracked open, fully open. Light spitting out into the tunnel. We froze instantly, because that wasn't normal. Every single door we'd seen down there so far had been shut tight. And these weren't the type of doors that could just swing open from the wind. Not that there was any down here, but this one looked like it had been left open on purpose. Like maybe someone was in there. The weirdest part was that we were sure we hadn't passed it before. At least none of us remembered it. I wasn't here earlier, was it? No, we definitely would have remembered that. The fact that we couldn't recognize it made it way worse. We stood there for a few seconds, just staring at it. Like if we didn't move, it might close on its own. And the light coming from inside it wasn't flickering like the tunnel lights either. It was steady and clean and brighter than the other ones. We slowly walked up to it, all three of us shoulder to shoulder, like that would somehow help. And I peeked inside first, fully expecting something or someone. But inside that room, there was nothing. It was just an empty concrete room. No shelves, no boxes, no pipes, no mannequins, just bare walls and a single light overhead. It didn't even look used. But what makes this room so weird was all the other ones we went into, we had to use our flashlight for light. None of these other rooms had a light inside it, or at least a light that was on. So keep this in mind for later. We just kept walking after seeing this room, brushing it off. And eventually, we reached the spot where the rainbow room door should have been. I knew it should have been there. I remembered the angle.
Please, for the love of God, stop falling for this. I have been getting so many messages of people saying they got scammed by me, or that they were scammed by somebody using my server. We have two big problems here. First, I don't scam. Second, I don't have a Discord server. This has gotten so bad, to the point where people were losing crazy dragons and even OGs. So I had to make this video to finally show you guys on how to spot real from fake. I will say this again and again throughout the video to really engrave it into your minds. I do not own a Discord server. This is my Discord profile. Really look at the name here. You'll notice that it's Rusty 3 times, followed by Nickel. There are no fancy letters or I's instead of L's. Really clean and easy to read. And you also see that I have my YouTube connected to my profile as well. So if you genuinely fell for these and didn't bother to check the profile or do any research beforehand, I don't know what to tell you. All I can really do is apologize that you fell victim to these pathetic scammers and pity you. I will never, ever go out of my way to ask you to trade. I don't even trade anymore unless I know the person I'm wanting to trade with, or the only way to truly see if I'm looking for offers.
TaxAct knows early birds get the worm, so you can quickly file the moment tax.
Need to join the Steal a Brainrot server, and from there go to the content creation channel and scroll till you find me. My username is RustyNickel40, and you can send me a DM from there. I get hundreds of messages every day, but I promise you, I see all of them. So if you're getting a message of somebody wanting to trade with you, and they bring up using my server for a middleman, please don't fall for it. It's 100% a scam, and you should be more careful. And while we're on this topic, we should cover everything. There are a lot of TikTok pages using my username and posting clips of my videos, claiming to be me. But I do not own a TikTok. Well, now I do. That's right. I have a TikTok account, but it was a secret and not many people know about it. But here it is. Sigma Boy is goated 40. I know, I have the best usernames in the world, but seriously, this is my only TikTok account, and I already showed my only Discord account. And again, I do not own a Discord server. I also link my Roblox profile in the description, and I only do trades on that account. I never do a middleman for trading. It just makes me feel upset and helpless whenever I get messages of people falling for these scams. I've said it multiple times before in my past videos. I never had a Discord server, never will. These impersonator scammer servers are built on slimy incels, using content creators' names to take advantage of people. And I'm not the only one they're doing it to. I even saw one made of Kalis and Steak. That's right, I joined the servers, and they had a whole profile set up for Kalis, pretending to actually be him. It was truly a disgusting sight to see. These people do nothing at all but sit at home and hope to cash in on some brain rots. I know you will watch this video, and if you are a part of these servers, you are an unrespectable piece of shit. This is also part of the reason on why I keep to myself and limit myself to what servers I join, because once I had somebody ask me to join their server, and I did, which turned out to be a huge mistake, because they ended up using me as being in the server to prove that they're trusted. and they ended up scamming a few people. This is a list of all the servers I'm in. I want to always be completely transparent with you guys and want to help you keep yourself safe. I'm in 2 private servers filled with friends, and the others are used for trading and content. Please share this video with your friends who might be viewers of the channel to help them know how to spot scam servers. And the people behind these servers are the same people I exposed in my Hello Scammers video. They had a CUDA hitter server where they used a fake middleman service to scam people. And once they scammed them, they tried to recruit them to helping them scam more people. And that's exactly what's going on in this server. I know some of you may have lost your stuff, but I trust in you to keep a good heart and not become a hitter for these disgusting, pathetic losers. Like, I kid you not, the timing couldn't have been more perfect. It is currently 1:14 in the morning as I edit this video, and I get this message request asking me to expose these scam servers. This just shows how important it is to get this video out there and hopefully help you and your neighbor stay safe. A perfect example of how to tell you're speaking to a fake Rusty Nickel 40 is this guy. This absolute goat posted a conversation between him and a scammer using my name. And you can pause the video to read, but this prince already knew that this was a hitter server. But the thing that caught my attention and honestly had me stand up out of my seat and clap for him was this question right here. He asks the scammer, "What's the best brain rot in the game?" To where this dirtball replies, "Strawberry elephant." Then our goat says this, "You're not Rusty. The real Rusty would say Sigma boy." Comment WIQ down below, this kid is the GOAT. You see, I have some hope for half of you, and then for the other half, I'm a lot more worried. I will say this, if I, Rusty Nickel, want to trade with you, I want you to go absolutely crazy with questions. I want you to ask me to prove I'm the real one. I want you to ask me to change my bio to your username for 3 seconds. I want you to tell me to add you on my main account. I will literally do all of those things without a problem just to prove to you that you are good to trade. If somebody can't do any of the things I just said, don't bother wasting your time. And again, if somebody asks you to trade and use a Rusty Nickel middleman service, don't do it. It is 1000% a scam.
La grande combinazione.
I honestly hate making videos like these because I'd rather just have like funny moments and trolling videos up on the channel. But this has gone for way too long, and people have lost way too much. I hope this video helps you keep yourself safe. And again, I do not own a Discord server. I'm sorry to the people who lost. I hope you continue to play the game and get better stuff. Just please, be a lot more careful when trying to trade with your favorite content creator or just anyone in general. And the clip you see in the background is from a video I'm working on, buying 8x luck in public servers. Crazy stuff happened, and I'm sure you guys will love it. Like the video and subscribe to never miss a banger. I love you all and see you in the next one.
I got a leaky bum. I got a leaky bum. look at your food.
All this talk is crazy. Where's my baby? Where's my baby? Where's my baby? All this talk is crazy. Where's my baby? Where's my baby? Where's my baby? All this talk is crazy. Where's my baby?
Looking for a car detailer? Hit up my boy. This guy polished up a vintage car so clean.
Crossing the border, bringing the check and the postal order. Letters with the rich, letters with the poor. The shop with the corner of the girl next door. This is the night mail crossing the border, bringing the check and the postal order. Letters with the rich, letters with the poor. The shop with the corner of the girl next door. This is the night mail crossing the border, bringing the check and the postal order. Letters with the rich, letters with the poor. The shop with the corner of the girl next door. This is the night mail crossing the border, bringing the check and the postal order. Letters with the rich, letters with the poor. The shop with the corner of the girl next door. This is the night mail crossing the border. What do you mean there's an asteroid that could make us all rich? There actually is. It's called 16 Psyche. And asteroid near Earth that's being filled with solid gold. And the spacecraft is already on its way to reach it. Scientists estimate it's worth over $10,000 quadrillion in total, meaning even a tiny piece can instantly make someone the richest person alive. That's when things get scary. If gold like that ever reached Earth, money could lose its value overnight and throw the global economy into chaos. And the crazy part, we're only 4 years away from finding out what's really out there. This clip of someone booting up Roblox on an old phone went viral, and it hits way harder than it should. It opens on the classic Roblox menu, and instantly you're reminded how different everything used to feel. The colors, the UI, the vibe. But the moment he actually loads into a game, it's over. Straight memory overload. If you're an OG player, you recognize that loading screen immediately. You recognize the games too. Stuff like Escape McDonald's. Simple, messy, perfect. And when you scroll through the comments, it's all the same thing. Everyone's saying they miss old Roblox. Everyone wishing it would come back. But here's the truth. Like Flamingo once said, you don't actually miss old Roblox. You miss who you were when you played. What do you mean another Roblox update just dropped? Bro, these updates are coming faster than ads on free games. At this point, I'm convinced Roblox is actually trying to self-destruct. Because if every update isn't a fix, it's a consequence. Like, what do we do? Who messed up? They don't even warn us anymore. No announcement, no patch notes. You just log in and boom, your avatar is levitating, the chat vanished, and your favorite game now runs on vibes and algorithms. And don't hit me with the, it's for the kids, excuse. Nobody asked for this. Now here's the real issue. Roblox is hiring AI designers. AI designers. As if we weren't drowning in updates already. What's next? AI mods. AI players. AI parents reminding me to log in at 7 p.m. Imagine opening Roblox Studio and instead of create, it just says relax. I got this. You type make a horror game, and 5 seconds later it spits out an abandoned mansion, lore, jump scares, and a fake apology video for being too realistic. Meanwhile, devs who spent 8 months coding one door are getting outpaced by ChatGPT building an entire map while drinking virtual espresso. And you already know Roblox is gonna mess it up. One glitch and every AI game turns into a cursed mix of Brookhaven and Steel of Brain Rot. Every update feels like Roblox is punishing us for still logging in. This kid spent $10,000 on Robux. No, like actually wiped his parents' entire vacation fund. It happened in Richmond, Virginia, when 10-year-old Tyler was left alone for 20 minutes. His parents were grabbing groceries. Rookie mistake. They've been saving $10,000 for a once-in-a-lifetime family vacation. Beaches, photos, memories. But Tyler found his mom's credit card next to the computer and logged into Roblox. And that's when it was over. In under an hour, he spent all $10,000 on Roblox. Why?
Slim, where you at though?
Frozen orange of the frigid place, limited edition. I just wanted to impress my trust before it went off sale, Tyler said, dead serious. The bank called his parents mid-checkout like, hey, did you mean to spend $10,000 on Roblox.com? That's when the screaming started. His neighbor said it sounded
Slim, where you at though?
Tyler tried to explain.
Man's in Bellingham still.
What you saying, you live?
Bro, I'm active. Just got to the B, where's the valet? Just got to the B, I'm active. Just got to the B, where's the valet? Just got to the B, I'm active. Just got to the B, where's the valet? Just got to the B, I'm active. Just got to the B, where's the valet? Just got to the B, I'm active. Yeah, I'm active. I'm making crap flip, I crack shit. I just wanna back him like a Baptist. Back, I ain't shy, I'm taking cut, yeah. I got shady ways, of course I'm taking there. You know I dash shit, yeah, well you know that. Out the window, head to stick like it's cold.
Dude, that's such a good offer. Yeah, that for Reaper Bike. This for Reaper Bike. Yeah, that for Reaper Bike. This for Reaper Bike. We need a little more time.
No, 8:30.
Please. Just a little more time. Hold on, let me fix. Hello? I can't see your chat. So who's taking first? Wait, bro. Let me in your base. Alright. So the Reaper bike. How'd you get the how'd you get the tough toucan?
Hello?
Hello? Oh, wait 1 second.
Wait.